So look, guys, I don't know. I got to be honest with you. I have no idea what's going to happen with Matt Gaetz moving forward. Trump may try to get a lot of his picks in through recess appointments. He may just put him in as acting, attorney general and all the other positions and not even get them approved, but just have them as the acting leader, right? Or he may actually go through the process and Republicans will have to all get on the same page and try to get these people through. But with Matt Gaetz in particular, I really don't know what's going to happen. But what I do know is there's a lot of ugly stories coming out right now. A lot of ugly stories. So for one thing, was it the Wall Street Journal? Somebody was reporting that he used his adopted son, Nestor, his PayPal account to pay somebody for sex. Okay. I'm beginning to think now that Madison Cawthorn was definitely talking about Matt Gaetz when he said, people would walk up to me and invite me to like drug orgies. Madison, we're waiting. We're waiting on you to spill the beans, tell everything. I want to know who did it. I want to know when they did it. I want to know what else you know. But there's even more vis-a-vis Matt Gaetz. By the way, 4 picks of Trump, or 4 people close to Trump, accused of some sort of sexual misconduct. Now, by the way, is there a reason for this? Is there a method to the madness? Well, it might be the same as Trump picks people who used to hate him who now support him. He breaks them down, then they become the most loyal. By the same token, if there's so many skeletons in your closet and he picks you to be in the administration, he can always hold over your head something that he might know that others might not know. And he's, hey, wouldn't it be a shame if that came out if you disobey me, right? So he acts like a mob boss, man. He really does. But let's watch this here from CNN.
You're referring to the encounter where my client testified to the House that she witnessed Representative Gaetz having sex with her friend of minor. She was invited to a party in July of 2017. She testified to the House that as she was walking out to the pool area, she turned to her right and she witnessed her friend having sex with Representative Gaetz. And her friend at that time was 17.
Wow. Holy cow.
And so, and just to be clear, she knew this girl that then Representative Congressman Matt Gaetz was having sex with on the table was underage because it was her friend.
That's right. They'd been friends for several years from high school.
From high school. And that she was a high schooler at the time?
Her friend was still in high school, correct?
Okay. So does your client have any idea as to whether Matt Gaetz knew?
She testified, so she testified to the House that Representative Gaetz did not know her friend's age at the time they had sexual intercourse. And when he found out about her age, that Representative Gaetz stopped having sexual intercourse with her, and he only started the sexual intercourse interactions later on when she turned 18.
Now, I know for sure, all of the right-wingers who always talk about Epstein and Diddy and all of these sketchy things that go on, bro, in Hollywood and among our politicians, bro, I know they're going to be all over this. I know they're going to be like, well, hold on now. Matt Gaetz is part of the conspiracy. Matt Gaetz did all these illegal things. Matt Gaetz should be nowhere near power, right? This is what they're going to say, right? Right? Well, of course not. They literally all ignored that story that came out about Trump and Epstein, where Epstein is on tape saying, I was this guy's closest friend for over a decade. Epstein said those words. They never mentioned it. They buried it. Even the media didn't talk about it. Some woman came out and said, hey, in 1992 or 1993, Epstein and Trump both played this sexual abuse game with me. They were both in on it. You'd think it'd be a big deal, right? Nope. They're not talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. The same people who are convinced that Trump is going to release the Epstein files are ignoring that Trump would be in the Epstein files. They're ignoring all of the charges, all of the sketchy stories around Matt Gaetz. So all of a sudden, oh my God, yeah, we're okay, groomer. They spent a year calling anybody on the left, oh, okay, groomer, you're a groomer, bro, you're a groomer. And now Trump's picking literal fredophiles, and they're like, we love them. Can't wait to get them in there. There are no standards. There's zero standards. They don't care. To them, it's a power game. Everything they said yesterday is irrelevant today. When it's them, the rules don't apply. We do whatever the fuck we want. This is how they function. And how does your client know what Matt Gaetz knew about her friend's age?
That's an interesting story, but essentially she found out when they found out, contacted her, and at which point they ceased communication with the minor.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know whether he knew that he's having sex with a high school girl. whatever her age might be, whether she was technically 18 or 17, he could have known she was in high school. And there were a lot of girls, it sounds like, at this party who were in that age range, your clients among them.
Right, but the testimony that my client gave was that she believed Representative Gaetz did not know her age at the time, that the minor was 17.
Okay, so, but it's a party where this sort of thing is happening. And just to be clear, your clients knew he had paid also your clients for sex? He was paying for sex?
The testimony before the House was yes, that Representative Gaetz paid my client, both of my clients, for sexual favors throughout the summer of 2017 all the way to the beginning of 2019.
And how did he pay them?
Those were primarily through Venmo and PayPal payments. There was one payment through Representative Gaetz' adopted son through his PayPal.
Nestor,
That's
the
right.
adopted son. Payments would come there too.
There was only one payment that was testified to.
If you think this story is all the dirt that there is on Matt Gaetz, then you don't know the first thing about the way the world functions. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And this might be not even the fire part. This is just a little bit of the smoke part. Lord only knows what else has gone on with this dude, right? Lord only knows. The reason Trump picked him is he knows he's a yes man. Matt Gaetz is a yes man. Matt Gaetz will be endlessly loyal to Trump. And if Trump says, I want you to do political prosecutions against my enemies, Matt Gaetz will be like, sir, yes, sir. I'm on it. That's why he picked him. And again, all this extra dirt makes it easier for Trump to make Gaetz obey, right? Do what I say. If you don't, remember the other body that you're hiding? We can release that. It's mafia stuff, man. It's mafia stuff. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.